The reserve forest on the foothills of Aravalli Hills of Rajasthan. The jungle region, primarily known for its large tiger population. The vast forest region on the mountains, which is the home for more than 70 Bengal tigers. The wildlife park, named after the historic Ranthambore fort, which lies within the park. Ranthambore National Park and Tiger Reserve. Yes, today we are going to roam around in an open jeep through the zone 2 of this wonderful tiger reserve. Welcome back to the channel. This is Bijoy with you. Neither me nor any of my fellow travelers on this trip today expected the wildlife viewing feast we had today. We reported to the Sherpur gate first and then drove past the jungle roads where the local people still have access to commute to the temple. And then we reached to the Forest Chowki Singhdwar checkpost, where dedicated entry points of Zone 1, 2, 4 and 5 are located. Till today morning, the drivers just used to wave at the staff at the checkpost and they were driving in. But from this afternoon, we saw some new process seemed to have started just now. And our driver took almost more than 10 minutes to return after checkpost entry reporting. Every safari jeep was stopped here and all the vehicles were waiting at this gate in the queue. During this time, the sambar deer, the Hanuman langoose and various small birds were our time pass, and all the packs in the jeep became friends in no time. All of us had just one aim, that is the tiger sighting. Apart from me, a couple from the United Kingdom who are on their maiden jungle safari here in the Ranthambore, who had just arrived couple of hours before to this land. A young man from Bombay who did safari in Zone 3 today morning and who was lucky just like me to sight tigress Riddhi. Another young wildlife enthusiast from the United Kingdom itself are the fellow travelers in this jeep with us, along with the driver and the guide for us today. Once the driver returned and we started drive inside, we traveled by the jeep past the ruins of the old ruined places through the dry deciduous forest areas of Zone 2. At first, our sighting was a small wild boar as the maiden sight since we started driving inside. Then the next sight, it was the most common sight of each and every jungle ride in any part of our country. The peacocks, the langoose and the spotted deer all together. The langurs were on the ground and hence we calculated no big predators are around this area at this time. Though it is the most common sight everywhere, the beauty and joy of watching them all together and also on the ground, it is indeed a different experience. The langurs like it when they get opportunity to roam around on the ground, and when chances arises, they make use of it to the maximum. While everyone is relaxing on the ground, there are guys with the duty of security of the community on the ground. Few of them remains on the tree branches, and if they see any troubles around, they make the alarm calls and all will escape up to the trees within no time. As we move ahead, we reach to the area where the big trees are grown in an arch shape. We halted there for a while and our guide explained that this is considered as the welcome area of Zone 2. He explained about the forest and this zone and the tigers of the zone to all the guests.
Open 12 months. Ranthambore is the dry deciduous forest. Every month it will be dry more and more good chance to see the tiger in the summertime. So how to find the tiger here in the jungle? Tiger walk maximum time on track to track. If we have the more soft road, dusty road, tiger likes to walk too much. Through the footprint we can recognize when the tiger has gone from here. And which tiger has gone from here, male or female. The male has the footprint in the square and female has in the rectangle. Second is the alarm call. Deer, monkey, when they see any cat, they give very high alarm call. Second, in the summertime it is a good chance to see the near the water points because tiger is a hot-blooded animal. And tiger likes to rest in the...
While we wait there, we can see the huge Ranthambore fort on top of the hills. We passed through an area of only mango trees for a long distance. All the trees were so big and old it seemed. I assumed this area must be a feast location for all the langurs during the mango season. Other than the tigers and leopards in this Ranthambore forest, this place is a home for a wide variety of small, big as well as migratory birds. The sight of a painted stork bird along with the spotted deer made it a memorable frame. As we move along this jungle at some areas, we never feel like we are traveling through the forest and instead we feel we are on the off-road jeep ride through some hilly areas. However, the nature views that we get to see from this place is incredible. The vehicle stopped at a location where lots of sambar deers are grazing. Our guide explained that when it rains there will be water here. However, now this place is completely dry. After traveling a short distance, we came to the bank of a little broad canal full of water. We had a great view at this place. On the other side of this canal, it is a vast green meadow area. And lots of spotted deers and sambar deers were grazing peacefully. The high mountains of Aravalli range can be seen as a fort in the backdrop. It is a visually stunning sight indeed. And we stopped to enjoy this nature beauty for a few moments. However, the surprising experience that we saw is once our jeep started, a huge crocodile that was resting on the mud just beside where our jeep was stopped jumped into the canal and swam away through the water. The sambar deer nor the spotted deer herds never knew about this giant creature, and they continued grazing happily there. An ibis bird is looking for its prey out there, and a huge turtle is resting on the rock. Several small and big birds are also flying around. It is confirmed that if we try counting the number of species that we are watching at this place at the same time, it would be probably more than what we can count with our fingers. And the nature sounds here, and also from nearby areas, from far is also unimaginable. As described in some of the wildlife scenes during my earlier videos, this place and the site are beautiful like a dream. We decided to move ahead, and in few minutes we drove through the broken concrete roads which was damaged during the monsoons. We crossed the canal through the area where there is no water and went inside further into the jungle. As we moved, the driver whispered to us, "Be silent, there are sloth bear," and we saw a pair of bears on our right side. They walked alongside, and initially the first one crossed the road and went into the bushes beside our left side. Then the next one also followed its mate. This sight was there for about 2 minutes altogether. And slowly they both disappeared inside the bushes. In few seconds, another jeep reached behind us. However, they couldn't see the bears at all. That is how we always say the wildlife sightings in a jungle safari is always about luck and nothing else. During a safari or any time, it's about being at the right place at the right time with the right opportunities. Now we returned on the same route and reached back to the broken concrete road beside the canal. A male peacock was dancing with all its might and beauty. We happily watched this peacock dancing for a long time. A little away on the other side, a mongoose was walking. Seeing the mongoose on the road, our guide said mongoose is a good sign. We should be lucky to see the tigers or leopards. As we stand here, we feel like we are inside a huge fort, and that's the view from the bottom line of this huge mountain. As we move along through the side of the canal, the water level reduced and the streams were getting narrower. Soon our fellow traveler from UK spotted a juvenile crocodile resting on the stones beside the streams. We all applauded him for spotting this sight from a moving jeep, which is highly unrecognizable in any way due to the camouflage. In few minutes, a little ahead, another group of mongoose blocked our way, and this time our guide repeated again, "We seem to be lucky and we may get some sightings for sure." There were about 3 or 4 mongoose altogether, but as I switched on the camera, Rest of them went out from the path into the bushes. Still, I ignored our guide's comment, as sighting a mongoose in the jungles is not a new experience to me. We saw the painted stalks again along with the deer herds, and then on the way we saw many jeeps stopped and we had the big cat sight for the day. Yes, a leopard. We enjoyed the scene of watching the leopard and we spent a long time there. The leopard was resting on top of the rock. After a while, it stood up and walked a bit. And then it sat on another place for some time before it walked again, and it repeated this practice at regular intervals. In between, the leopard stalked on the ground as if aiming at some prey. However, it did not continue that posture for long and he walked again. The animal completely ignored the long line of vehicles that was far away from where it was resting. At last, as the leopard walked far inside the bushes, and as we could not see it clearly, we decided to move on and we continued our journey. Again, the sight of Ranthambore. However, the time is already 6:40 now and it is getting darker, and we had to get out of the initial checkpost, and the driver headed there in speed. In another 10 or 15 minutes, we exited the gate with satisfaction of sighting a wide range of wildlife and finally the leopard also. However, then we didn't realize that it's not the end of our sighting for the day yet. About 1 kilometer from the forest Chowki Singhdwar checkpost, we saw a huge traffic block and many safari jeeps and local vehicles were stopped everywhere. Huge cameras were coming out from the safari jeeps ahead of us. We stood up on the seats and we saw a tiger resting on the roadside about 200 meters ahead of us. There were a lot of local vehicles who are traveling to and from the temple at the Zone 3 entrance. Our guide happily told us this is Tigress Sultana. Yes, it is Tigress Sultana on the roadside. This tigress is often seen on this road all the time, and the villagers are always aware about her presence, and they are alert while traveling through this area anytime. Soon, few police personnel arrived to the spot and they cleared all the local vehicles and they let all the safari jeeps to stay and click pictures. Indeed, this tigress is a beauty to watch and she is such a huge one. We clicked pictures for long, but eventually we had to leave as it was already dark and the time is 7:15 in the evening. While on the way back, our guide repeated his words, yes, sighting mongoose is lucky for sure, and we definitely get good sightings following it. Meanwhile, what are your opinion about the same? Is sighting a mongoose lucky for a wildlife safari? Please do comment your observation. Shall meet you again with more wildlife and travel videos. Thank you.
아니,